The airport buzzed with life, a symphony of rolling suitcases and muffled announcements. Aroma of fresh coffee mingled with the sterile scent of polished floors. Travelers hurried, clutching passports, their faces a mix of excitement and exhaustion. Among them was Maya Jackson, a 38-year-old black woman, poised and radiant in a tailored blazer. Her leather briefcase swung lightly as she strode toward the business-class check-in for her Miami flight. A tech entrepreneur, Maya was headed to pitch her startup to investors, a deal that could change her life. She breezed through security, her e-ticket scanned without issue, her smile unwavering. Everything was on track. At the boarding gate, the crowd thinned as passengers filed onto the plane. Maya handed her boarding pass to the attendant, expecting a nod. Instead, a man in his 40s, his airline uniform crisp but his expression cold, blocked her path. "Step aside, ma'am," he said, voice flat. Confusion flickered across Maya's face. "Is there a problem?" she asked, her tone calm. He didn't meet her eyes. "Security reasons," he muttered, waving the next passenger forward. No explanation, no apology. Maya stood frozen, her $1,500 ticket useless in her hand. Whispers rippled through nearby travelers. Some glanced sympathetically, others avoided her gaze. The gate closed. The plane taxied away without her. Maya's heart sank, but a fire sparked in her chest. This wasn't just a mistake. It was personal. She gripped her briefcase tighter, her mind racing. She wouldn't let this slide. Not today. Not ever. Maya stood by the gate, the hum of the departing plane fading into silence. The airport's chaos resumed, travelers rushing, screens flashing, but for her, time slowed. Her fingers tightened around the boarding pass, its edges crumpling. The attendant's words, "security reasons," echoed, hollow and baseless. She scanned the crowd, hoping for an ally, but eyes averted, footsteps quickened. A young couple whispered nearby, their glances heavy with pity, yet no one spoke up. The injustice burned, her skin color, the only threat apparent. Maya's pulse raced, but she kept her composure, her years of facing subtle slights steeling her resolve. She approached the airline desk, where a supervisor, a woman with a tight bun and a forced smile, repeated the same vague excuse. "Policy, ma'am," she said, avoiding Maya's gaze. No documents were checked, no questions asked. The dismissal was final. Maya's dream pitch in Miami, months in the making, slipped away. Her startup's future hung in the balance, and with it, the jobs of her small team. She thought of her employees, their trust in her, and the investors waiting across the country. Anger surged, but Maya channeled it. She pulled out her phone, fingers steady, and recorded a calm statement: "I was denied boarding for no reason. This is my story." The video, uploaded to X, spread like wildfire. Comments poured in, outrage, support, shared stories of discrimination. By evening, #Maya Jackson trended. Strangers rallied, demanding answers. Maya sat in a quiet airport lounge, watching the numbers climb. She wasn't just a passenger anymore, she was a voice. This fight was bigger than her. She dialed her lawyer, her resolve unshakable. Maya's video lit up X, racking up thousands of views within hours. The clip was raw, her steady voice detailing the gate incident, her boarding pass held up as proof, the airport's hum in the background. Comments exploded: "This is outrageous. Airlines need accountability." Hashtags like #Justice for Maya and #End Discrimination trended globally. Strangers shared their own stories of unfair treatment, creating a digital chorus of solidarity. News outlets picked up the story, with headlines like, "Black entrepreneur denied flight for no reason." Maya's phone buzzed endlessly, messages from supporters, reporters, even a civil rights group offering help. In her hotel room, Maya watched the storm unfold. She'd missed her Miami pitch, but the world was listening now. Her lawyer, Sarah Klein, a sharp-witted advocate for discrimination cases, called to strategize. "We've got a case," Sarah said. "Camera footage, witnesses, no explanation from the airline, this is winnable." Maya nodded, her mind racing. She wasn't just fighting for herself but for every person dismissed because of their identity. She posted a follow-up on X, "Thank you for your support. I'm taking this to court. This isn't just my story, it's ours." The airline issued a vague statement, claiming procedural errors, but offering no apology. The public wasn't buying it. Protests formed outside the airline's headquarters, with signs reading, "Fly fair." Maya's startup team, inspired by her courage, sent her a video message, "We're with you, boss." Her heart swelled. The attendant who'd stopped her, Mark Ellis, faced scrutiny as his name leaked online. Maya didn't gloat. She wanted justice, not revenge. As she prepared for the legal battle, her resolve hardened. This was her moment to rewrite the narrative. Maya's story wasn't just trending, it was a movement. Her hotel room became a war room, papers strewn across the desk, her laptop glowing with case notes. Sarah, her lawyer, mapped out the lawsuit, racial discrimination, backed by gate footage showing no provocation and witness statements from passengers who saw the attendant's cold dismissal. Maya's ex-post had sparked a flood of tips, including one from a former airline employee alleging a pattern of bias. The evidence was damning. Maya felt the weight of representing countless others silenced by prejudice. Outside, the world roared. Protests grew, with activists chanting, "No more excuses," at airline offices. News channels replayed Maya's video, her poised delivery cutting through corporate spin. The airline stock dipped as boycotts spread, fueled by ex-users sharing #FlyFair. Maya's startup, though delayed, gained attention. Investors reached out, intrigued by her resilience. Her team sent daily encouragement, their faith unwavering. "You're our hero," one wrote. Maya teared up but stayed focused. Sarah uncovered more. Mark Ellis, the attendant, had a history of complaints, buried by management. His security reasons excuse unraveled. No logs, no reports, just bias. Maya refused to demonize him publicly, urging her followers to focus on systemic change. "It's not one man," she tweeted. "It's a culture." Her restraint earned respect, amplifying her voice. Legal experts on TV predicted a landmark case. As Maya prepared for court, she visited her parents' home, where her mother hugged her tightly. "You're making history, baby," she said. Maya nodded, her purpose clear. She wasn't just fighting for a seat on a plane, she was dismantling a legacy of injustice. The courtroom loomed, and Maya was ready to face it head-on. The courtroom buzzed with tension, its wooden benches packed with reporters, supporters, and curious onlookers. Maya sat at the plaintiff's table, her blazer crisp, her gaze steady. The airline's legal team, a row of suits with stern faces, shuffled papers, their confidence masking unease. Sarah, her lawyer, leaned in, "We've got this." Outside, #Justice for Maya trended again, with ex-users live posting the trial's start. Maya's viral video played on loop in people's minds, its raw truth fueling the room's energy. Sarah opened with a razor-sharp statement, framing Maya's denial as blatant racial discrimination. She presented the gate footage. Maya, calm and professional, contrasted with Mark Ellis's curt dismissal. Witnesses, a passenger couple and a flight attendant, testified to the incident's injustice, their voices trembling with conviction. The airline's defense faltered, offering vague policy claims but no evidence. Sarah pounced, revealing internal emails suggesting a cover-up. Gasps rippled through the courtroom. Maya's heart raced, but she kept her composure, her dignity a silent rebuke. On X, the trial dominated feeds. "Maya's fighting for us all," one post read, shared thousands of times. Protesters outside held signs, "End bias now." Maya's startup team watched a live stream, cheering from their office. The judge, a stern woman with sharp eyes, listened intently as Sarah argued the case's broader impact, a chance to set a precedent against systemic racism. Maya took the stand, her voice clear, recounting the humiliation and her resolve to fight back. Her words landed like a thunderclap, stirring the room. As she stepped down, a supporter in the back clapped, defying protocol. The airline's team squirmed. Maya knew this wasn't just her victory, it was a spark for change. The courtroom felt electric as the trial neared its climax. Maya's testimony lingered, her poise and pain resonating with everyone. On X, clips of her words spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views. "She's unstoppable," one user posted, sparking a flood of memes and #MayaStrong hashtags. News anchors debated the case's implications, calling it a turning point for airline accountability. Outside, protesters swelled, their chants audible through the courthouse windows, "Justice now." Maya's startup gained traction, with venture capitalists emailing offers. Inspired by her courage, Sarah dismantled the airline's defense with surgical precision. She presented a whistleblower's affidavit, exposing a pattern of discriminatory practices buried by management. The airline's lead attorney stammered, his security protocol excuse crumbling. Mark Ellis, called to testify, avoided eye contact, his answers vague and unconvincing. Sarah's cross-examination was relentless, revealing his lack of justification. The judge's pen moved swiftly, her expression unreadable but attentive. Spectators whispered, sensing the shift. Maya sat tall, her faith in the truth unshaken. The airline scrambled, issuing a public apology on X, but it was too late. The statement drew scathing replies: "Apologize with action." Boycotts intensified, costing millions. Maya's team sent her a care package, coffee and a note, "You're changing the world." She smiled, grounding herself for the final push. Sarah's closing argument was a masterpiece, weaving Maya's story into a call for systemic change. "This isn't just about one woman," she said. "It's about dignity for all." The room fell silent, the weight of her words sinking in. As the jury deliberated, Maya stepped outside, greeted by cheers from supporters. She waved, her heart full. Whatever the verdict, she'd already ignited a revolution. The courtroom was a pressure cooker, air thick with anticipation. Maya sat, hands clasped, as the jury filed in after hours of deliberation. Reporters scribbled furiously, cameras poised outside. On X, #JusticeForMaya posts surged, with users holding virtual vigils, "Verdict coming. Stand with Maya." Her startup team watched a live stream, their office silent. Supporters outside chanted softly, signs bobbing in the dusk. Maya's mother texted, "Proud of you, always." She exhaled, anchoring herself in the moment. The judge's gavel fell, silencing the room. The jury foreman stood, voice steady, "We find the defendant guilty of racial discrimination." Cheers erupted, barely contained. The airline was ordered to pay Maya $150,000 in damages, plus legal fees. Sarah squeezed Maya's hand, her eyes gleaming. The airline's lawyers slumped, their defeat palpable. Mark Ellis's name, already tarnished, vanished from the airline's records. He was fired days later. The judge added a rare statement: "This court condemns systemic bias." Applause broke out, echoing Maya's triumph. X exploded with celebration. Maya won, trended globally, with videos of her poised courtroom exit going viral. News outlets hailed the verdict as a landmark, predicting policy changes across airlines. Protesters danced outside, their signs now victory banners. Maya's startup soared, with investors doubling down, inspired by her resilience. Her team threw an impromptu party, toasting her via video call. Maya, overwhelmed, posted on X, "Thank you all. This is our win." The post garnered millions of likes. As she left the courthouse, a young black girl ran up, hugging her. "You're my hero," she said. Maya knelt, smiling. This wasn't just her story, it was a legacy. The fight wasn't over, but hope had won today. The verdict sent shockwaves, but Maya's journey wasn't over. Days later, she boarded a flight to Miami, not as a defeated passenger, but as a symbol of change. The airport felt different now, staff nodded respectfully, some whispering her name. Her ex-following had skyrocketed, with millions sharing her story. Maya Jackson, the face of justice, read a headline. Her startup, now a media darling, secured a $2 million investment, its app for inclusive hiring gaining traction. Her team celebrated, their tiny office buzzing with pride. "You did this," they told her. The airline faced a reckoning. Under pressure, it announced diversity training and policy reviews, though skeptics on X demanded more. #FlyFair evolved into a broader movement, with activists citing Maya's case in lawsuits worldwide. She was invited to speak at a civil rights conference, her story inspiring legislation proposals. Maya's inbox overflowed with messages, students, parents, workers, all thanking her for her courage. "You gave me hope," one wrote. She saved every note, her resolve deepening. Back home, Maya visited her old neighborhood, where kids played under flickering streetlights. She met the girl from the courthouse, now dreaming of law school. "Because of you," the girl said. Maya's eyes welled up. She launched a scholarship fund with part of her settlement, vowing to uplift others. On X, she shared her plans. "This isn't the end, it's the start." The post went viral, cementing her as a leader. News shows replayed her trial clips, calling her a trailblazer. The attendant, Mark Ellis, faded into obscurity, his silence deafening. As Maya prepared her conference speech, she looked out at the city skyline. She'd turned pain into power, and the world was watching. Maya stood on the conference stage, lights blazing, a sea of faces before her. The Civil Rights Summit buzzed with energy, attendees hanging on her every word. Her speech wove her airport ordeal into a call for action. No one should be judged by their skin, only their strength. The crowd roared, many in tears. On X, #MayaSpeaks trended, with live stream clips racking up millions of views. "She's our voice," one post read, shared globally. Maya's story had transcended her, sparking a movement. Her startup thrived, its app now used by companies to combat hiring bias. The $150,000 settlement funded her scholarship, already supporting 10 students. Maya's team, once a scrappy crew, expanded, their mission fueled by her vision. Investors called her a game changer, her name synonymous with resilience. Airlines worldwide, stung by her case, rolled out reforms, though activists on X kept the pressure on. "Maya's win is just the start," they posted. Her trial set a legal precedent, cited in courtrooms from London to Johannesburg. At home, Maya's mother framed the verdict headline, hanging it beside family photos. The girl from the courthouse sent a letter, vowing to become a lawyer. Maya replied, promising mentorship. She posted a final X update, "Together, we rewrite the future. Keep fighting." It became her most liked post, inspiring fan art and tributes. The airline's former attendant, Mark Ellis, remained silent, a footnote in her triumph. As Maya walked off stage, a young activist handed her a sign, "You changed history." She smiled, heart full. This wasn't just her victory, it was everyone's. Dear friends, if Maya's story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe. More inspiring tales await.